Be of good cheer. Jesus is always there. Written and read by Brother Jerry Valenti. After miraculously feeding 5,000 men with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, Jesus tells his disciples to go ahead and depart by boat while he remains behind to disperse the multitude and spend some time alone in prayer. When he's done, the ship with the disciples is about halfway across the Sea of Galilee, so Jesus proceeds to walk toward the ship, walking on top of the water. As Jesus begins his miraculous walk, the disciples in the ship are in trouble. They have run into some high winds and their ship is being tossed about by the waves. Things are dark, literally since it's the middle of the night, and they are still a great distance from their destination. Just as the disciples are fearing for their lives, they see something that causes them to actually cry out in fear. The outline of some type of figure walking across the top of the water toward them. It could be some type of spirit, the angel of death perhaps, coming for them. Then they hear a very familiar voice calling out from the darkness. Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. Matthew 14:27, Mark 6:50, and John 6:20. Perhaps you've gone through some dark days in your own life. Perhaps you're going through some right now. Even though we've given our lives to Christ, it doesn't mean that we're immune from the problems of life. Any of us can be beset by any of the following: illness of the body, family issues, financial struggles, discouragement, depression, etc., challenges to our faith. When going through any of these problems, we need to try our best to remember that Jesus is always there for us. How can we know that he's there for us? Well, we are his disciples today, even as the people on the ship on the Sea of Galilee were his disciples then. And in a body of flesh at that time, Jesus did the impossible, walking on top of the water to be there for his disciples in their time of need. If he could do that then, how much easier is it to believe that he can be with us today when he's in heavenly form? Does knowing that Jesus is there make all of our problems vanish? Not necessarily. Sometimes we'll see the Lord move on our behalf to assist us with our problems, or even eliminate them. At other times, the problems remain, but the Lord gives us peace as we navigate through our dark days. Regardless, it is always a comfort to know that Jesus is by our side. We can face anything knowing that Jesus is always there. So, the next time that you're facing a problem and you feel like the Lord may have forgotten you or is very far away, picture him miraculously making his way to you and saying, "Be of good cheer, it's me, don't be afraid." As servants of the Lord, we have reason to be of good cheer. Jesus is always there. Here are a couple of verses and the chorus of hymn number 210 in the Saints Hymnal called Jesus is Always There. Sometimes our skies are cloudy and dreary, sometimes our hearts are burdened with care, but we may know, whate'er may befall us, Jesus is always there. When in the midst of life with its problems, bent with our toil and burdens we bear, wonderful thought and deep consolation, Jesus is always there. Never a burden that he doth not carry, never a sorrow that he doth not share. Whether the days may be sunny or dreary, Jesus is always there.